know that song? It's by Sati Soul and Soweto Gospel Choir. It is called Brighter Days, and it's a great starter for the day. I love it. So, ladies, how far? Hey, by the way, guess who just turned older? Me. My birthday was yesterday. Forget about that one. Ladies, see, if you're watching this video alone, call for a friend, foe, enemy, a female, that is legal, of course, to watch this video with you because there's a problem. So, you know that guy that you've been crushing on forever, the one that you've been praying to God that will ask you out. You have stalked him on all social media platforms: WhatsApp, TikTok, Instagram, Telegram, Snapchat, full chat, even LinkedIn. You have checked him out on LinkedIn. You have gone even as far back as High Five to see if he had any activity on there. You know his favorite color, his favorite suit, his favorite tie. You know his favorite day of the week. You know his everything. If they could do an interview for people to go about with spirit husband, you will pass. And that's the boy that you'll be talking about. You know everything about him, and he finally asks you out. So you got that perfect red dress on point, check. Get Z-Face all the way from the other side of town to come and do your makeup for you, face, check. Everything is on point, strappy sandals, accessories, everything, check. In fact, if they don't hold you, you can even wear a fascinator to these dates. Everything is on point. And then it so happens that this guy is baptized. He has the fear of God in him. He comes to your house to pick you up. How many of those guys are there? 6. He comes and picks you up from your house, and everything is going perfectly well. On the right there, you're getting compliments. You look good. You look beautiful. La 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 la. You know how this Nigerian film lines go. Everything is perfect, and then you go. You guys sit down. You're having a nice time. The minute you open your mouth, everything this guy has been thinking about you flies out the window. Every good thing. Ladies, we have an issue. If you want to be a part of this conversation, please click subscribe below. Welcome back. So you guys are on a date. Everything is going perfectly well. And this guy has asked the almighty question of, tell me about yourself. God knows where that question came from during date. And he's talking to you about what he does for a living. He works in advertising and marketing, and he's talking about all these inside slang and making jokes about, you know, key brand benefits, the price factor, demographics, psychographics, target audience. And all the time that he's saying all these things and trying to be funny, you're laughing. You're like, oh yeah. You're expressing recognition for what he's talking about. Like, yeah, I know the feeling. Yeah, that happened to me one time. And then the room finally quiets down for you to say something, and you open your mouth and ask what a billboard is. Let's not forget, you are hot. You are really nice. You're the kind of girl that passes by, and even girls tend to look second and third time because you're that beautiful. Everything on you physically is on point. Like, you are a walking 10, 11 maybe. And then you are laughing about inside jokes of something when you don't know that part. Ladies, that's a problem. We have to read. I don't even know how else to say it. Let me just put it out there. We have to read. So you go back home, and you know how it is with girls. You have to report to the squad how it was, how the date was, and all of that. You're like, oh, it was nice. I took a lot of selfies. The food is good. They have this, the interior decor is great, and all of that, and all of that. And you know, you're telling your girls, I've hooked him. Like, the minute he saw me, he just confused. I was looking so good. He didn't even know what to say. He was speechless. I mean, girl, you're blowing your own trumpet. And the guy on the other hand is probably never going to call you back because he was hoping that your brain is as beautiful as your face is. But that didn't come through at any point during the date. Probably because you spent the whole time saying utter rubbish. Let's just pause for a moment. Take a look at these pictures. This is a message from a guy. Just look at this. And no, this is not about judging you. This is not a video to call you foolish. This is not a video to call you stupid. This is a video to suggest a few things that you can actually do to salvage yourself from that situation. Not just for the boy's sake, but for your own sake. And I'm not in any way trying to say that boys are perfect. I mean, don't even get me started on those guys that show up on dates with 4 feet trousers and then they have ringtones that like boss your message. Please. That is salvation testimony for another day. But I'm talking to the ladies today because this is actually something that can be solved. This is actually something that can be worked on. But listen, if your brain isn't sexy, you're probably not going to get callbacks. Your nice face will obviously get you a million first dates, but you need to be able to hold a conversation to generate and sustain interest. This is not about judging you. It's about saying that I think that we are placing some other things as more important than self-investment. Some other things, like for you, it is more important to go out with a guy that has a car, take pictures in this car, post them on Instagram, and everybody's looking at you like, oh, you're living the life and, la vida loca. And on the other hand, this guy literally doesn't have any respect for whatever comes out of your mouth because he thinks that you're an absolute idiot. They don't chop fineness, to put it bluntly. And there's really nothing, except that the guy is looking for a trophy wife, but even at that, you can't even be a trophy girlfriend if you cannot present. You know that meme, that funny thing that they say, forget about all of this, can you speak good English for 30 minutes? It is very important. Sounds like a stupid joke, but it's actually a very important reality. Forget it. Well, in that time where you have to know something, you can't just be nice. Nice is not enough. Okay, so you have an Instagram account and you have the perfect life on Instagram. You're always in cars, nice restaurants, beaches, you're always having fun. And then what? That can't be all there is to you. And I'm saying that with some little bit of pain because I know that the solution is easy and I know that you are interested in being much more than this pretty empty head in this picture. So you need to pick an interest in something. We all already have interest in something. We just need to put in an extra effort to learn to read about something. See, it doesn't have to be about science, rocket science, the moon. It doesn't have to be anything difficult. Just read about anything that you're interested in. It may be dance, it may be showbiz, it may be entertainment. There are also places in which you can actually go to eat and end up reading. There's this restaurant, Cube Bar restaurant, Upstation. This is not promo, so but anyways, yeah, there's Cube Bar and restaurant Upstation. They actually have books and magazines that you can be reading while waiting for your food or your drinks or your order, or even while it's there. Let's put some structure to this, right? So if reading is your thing, let's say you're into romance novels, that's fine. Let's say you're into reading books about guys or whatever, that's fine. Don't allow anybody to feel like they can judge you because you're reading books about men. Anybody that does not love a man or a woman, you can move to the forest. Whatever it is that you're into reading, maybe you're into reading about fiction, about sci-fi, about humor, biographies, whatever it is that you like, you can read it. Well, at a time where there's a lot of information online, free books online, you can read it if that's what you're into. If you're not into books or novels, personally, I'm not really into novels. It practically took me like 6 months to read my first John Grisham, and that's like one of the best writers on earth. I'm personally into reading books about concepts, self-education, self-help, and biographies. Well, but that's just me. But whatever it is that you like, you can actually read it. Maybe you like magazines, right? You can read. There are lots of magazines. Are for me, I always loved reading a lot of magazines before I ever really got to reading books because they're easy to read, different topics, very short articles. So maybe that's what you're into. You can read Cosmos, O magazine. I'll be honest, I don't think that we have a lot of access to magazines, international magazines especially. For reasons that I don't really know. I guess the market is not there. I don't know. But there are Cameroonian magazines, there are Cameroonian publishers such as Nyanga, Camel Link. There used to be another magazine by Dali Dango, but I think she stopped publishing. There are magazines that you can read online and offline that help you. There are also blogs. I don't even know if I have to emphasize on this one, but this is my problem with blogs. Okay, first of all, let me say what you can. First of all, there are lots of blogs that you can read, right? Blogs on all kinds of topics, food, science. There's actually no food blog in Cameroon. That's crazy, right? I know Cameroons that do blogs on food, but they're not in the country. Anyways, maybe somebody will do something about that. But my issue with Cameroonian blogs is I feel like the English is not really good. Like you need to get somebody to read over it. It's very easy when you're reading over your own work to be putting in the words since you wrote them, what you want to be saying. But it's best to give your work or your article to a fresh pair of eyes to be able to go through it and go over some mistakes for you. There's no shame in getting another person to correct or edit your work so that you have a perfect blog. I don't know what the problem is. So there are lots of blogs that you can read, whatever it is that you're into. Fashion, you can read my blog. Fashion, style, showbiz, entertainment, whatever it is. I keep saying whatever it is because I don't want anybody to feel like what I like is not a smart thing. So maybe I should not show a lot of interest in it. There's no such thing. I mean, there are people that talk to you about tech. There are guys that can talk to you about tech and you're not understanding anything that they're saying. But the kind of confidence and passion with which they're applying this thing to your ears, it makes you feel like, wow, I'm interested in what he does, even if you don't understand it. So that's the point. Whatever it is that you're into, you don't need to feel shy. You don't need to feel embarrassed. Reading about something, having knowledge about something gives you confidence. And this confidence automatically comes out like some kind of aura when you're talking about it, and everybody around you can feel it and everybody around you can see it. So I don't want you to feel like what you like is not smart enough. So whatever it is that you like, whether it's shoes, dance, whatever it is that you like, your interests are valid. So pay attention to it, read it. Now, maybe movies are your thing, right? And you like watching movies. That's okay as well. Well, guess what? We learn a lot in the 1 to 2 hours that we're watching movies. We're able to notice nice things like style. We're able to notice nice things as well, like makeup and all of that. We're also able to hear a lot of English slang. We're also, or whatever language it is that it's your first language or you're interested in. We're also able to hear a lot of concepts and understand a lot of things more. I cannot forget what a movie did for me. A movie is practically what saved me from embarrassing myself the first time I went to a hotel that uses key cards instead of actual keys. It's a movie that saved me. So my point is, whenever you're watching a movie, there are a ton of things that you can learn. So don't just look at it because you want to see what the guy would do or what the girl would do, and by the end of the movie you're crying. Like, it's like you've soaked everything in. Meanwhile, it's just because they slapped that girl or he finally proposed on the beach or something. So when you see people writing their things, don't go and copy it. You don't know which angle these people are coming from. Somebody write their thing that small girl, big God, and you go and copy it. Do you know what she's talking about? You are even calling yourself a small girl. Are you a small girl? Hmm? You have saved somebody's grown-up son's name in your phone as baby. Some people's grandfather, your name is in your phone, is baby. And you're calling yourself a small girl. Are you a small girl? So what is a 10-year-old supposed to call herself? 10-year-old female. And then you're calling yourself small girl, like they call you small girl in the quarter. Real Mysterio come out. You did try me. Who be small girl? You that wrote it on your status. You see people writing their thing up and grateful. Let's change it. Let's change it from up and grateful to up and growing and up and learning. Let's make our brain sexy, because guess what? At the end of the day, our breasts are going to fall, our buttocks are going to shrink, our shape 8 is probably going to turn to B or P or 1 or 6 or whatever. Everything about you is going to change. You're going to get wrinkled, stretch marks and all that, but your brain is never going to get that if you make it good. And don't say that I wasn't born intelligent, I don't have high IQ. No, it doesn't work like that. You may be born beautiful because you got that naturally from your parents, but the rest of it that goes on up here is a result of what you choose to do. If you choose to read, if you choose to expose yourself to different cultures and different forms of information, be it in movies, books, articles, presentations, seminars, whatever it is, your brain is going to soak all of that in. So your excuse should not be that I was not born intelligent. No. Personally, for me, I am into all kinds of literature, I think. Good food. Sanda Eba, he actually signed this to me. Yeah, it's a Cameroonian author, Chinua Achebe. No introduction needed. Business, books on business, diasporas within and without Africa. 50 Paris in 50 designs. I absolutely love Paris for the art and books that concern architectural design. I really love that. I also love this book, The Truth About Asian Branding. It's very likened to Africa. Like if you read the book, a lot of the things they say about branding is like a mirror situation of what goes on in African branding markets as well. This is a novel. Daniel Steele, a lot of girls know that. T.D. Jakes, Healing Wounds of the Past. T.D. Jakes and Miles Monroe, like Dr. Miles Monroe. If you've not read books from those two people, please read it. Ladies, a very important book you should read is We're Going to Need More Wine by Gabrielle Union. That book has so much information, so much wisdom in between the covers. Ladies, all ladies need to read that book. Maybe you're into her. Fine, that's okay. Maybe you're into other things, crazy things like me. This is a book about paper. Don't ask. I like crazy things. Or maybe this is a book about marketing. It's actually not a book, it's a magazine called Catalyst. Whatever it is that you're into, that's fine. Information is practically the carpet that we walk on, so it's not an excuse that you don't know some kinds of things. It's not, and you're not doing it for the boys. To be honest, that's a good byproduct of it, but you're doing it for yourself. And because you're going to feel way better and you're going to feel so much more confident when you do it. Try it and let me know in the comment section if I'm lying. Try it. Honestly, it feels really good. And don't say that you don't have time. You have time. That time that we take to look for fun on the internet. You can read an article. An article takes like 1 to 3 minutes. That time that we take to gossip. I mean, we're girls, and if we're being honest, you and I, even guys, you and I know the juice, the kind of adrenaline rush that thing gives you. Gossip is sweet sometimes, but you can take a little bit of time out of that to read something that you're interested in. And see, you need to read so that when your name comes up in conversations, because your name, of course, your name is going to come up in conversations. People are going to talk about you. Same way you're talking about others. So that when your name does come up in conversations, people can add more meaning to yourself than the fact that she wears 30-inch human hair with a 1-inch brain. There has to be more that is said about you than that. So that when your name comes up and you know this thing that they always do, that guys do when you're nice or you're a beautiful girl and people are using you for bragging rights. I know the guy, and then they have to call you to prove that they know you, and in the course of that call they set up a second date. In your mind you're like, call your girls. What did I tell you? I will tell Nasibiti, I'll be airport. They like I go, come back. What is this thing about airport, by the way? Honestly, every time I hear people explaining the concept of airport in the context of a relationship and regarding themselves, it sounds more like they're explaining what a doormat is or what a trash can is. Because everything that they say sounds more like he's going to go out there, cheat on me every single day, and then he'll come back to me. And then what? Auntie, why are you calling yourself an airport? Who made you an airport? Who made you an airport manager? That bought planes when they're in the air and call the pilots. When you land that plane, land it here and never go back to where you're coming from. If you hear the kind of English that some of these side chicks speak, you understand why they are cheating on you. You see girls that are walking PowerPoints. You know this meme that they say about people that can present themselves at PTA meeting and be like, that's my wife. These girls are not playing, no. You cannot be sitting at home and calling yourself an airport. And I know what's giving a lot of us this confidence. Our wife committee. You know those guys, demons on demand. Those devilish guys that gather and tell you, our friend is going to marry you. That is what is giving you confidence. Like any small thing, our wife, our wife. When you're coming before, when they just smell you like 1 mile, one country away, they have started hailing and praising you. Our wife, the only get away, the only get away, the only backward get broken teeth. They are going to say all kinds of things. And then you know girls now, I never marry me no more. Our wife. Those boys can give you confidence that can make you to go and run for election in another person's country. Confidence. You see those boys? 5-star demons like this. Their chests are filled with how do they call this thing? Medals for labor of work done. Demons that are encouraging you, and you're sitting back there and calling yourself airport manager when when the planes have gone. Why is it okay for you to feel like you're the person that people come back to when they're done outside? Who is worth the fact that you're alive, it makes you worth more than that. Don't be fooled by what those guys, our wife committee, is saying. Don't be fooled by them. And then you notice our wife committee guys, the president of that committee is always the one that gives that story during weddings. You know, when you go for somebody's wedding and the guy is saying, this my brother went through a lot of demons and witches before he met his wife. Who do you think they're calling demons and witches? I talk about you. Who do you think they're talking about? Who do you think they're calling demons and witches? You're the person that are calling. You that is calling yourself airport, seaport, crabby port. You are the person that are calling demons and witches. My dear, work hard, read, so that they will not call you, so that you will not be the bad part of somebody's testimony. And when they're saying the thing, the girl will be there shaking, so like, hey, massa, what's giving him the confidence? This is the answer. You're giving him the confidence by refusing to invest anything in yourself, eating his money that you're going to pass out in the next one day. There has to be more to you. There has to be something about you that you're so proud about that nobody can touch. And that's your knowledge. You can't be proud for being a Momo queen. You know all reasons why they should Momo people. Baby, I'm alive, Momo me. My grandmother has swallowed colas, Momo me. You know all kinds of Momo incentive. And you're taking money from some guys that you cannot even touch them. Even if they give you a stick to hold and touch, you cannot touch them. And see, these things tend to have a ripple effect. Like some of them ricochet immediately, and some of them actually always tend to come back to us. And I know, who are we kidding? We say life is short, I beg. You go take the money, go grave, or all of that. No, he will not take it. But for as long as we're here, we're going to need a little dignity. So let's get it. What do you think? It's not such a bad idea, honestly. I think it's something that we can actually do. We can't keep looking stupid for free. We can't keep we can't keep disgracing ourselves in public for free. Just like that. No ticket fee, no nothing. No insurance, no guarantee. We can't. We have to do something about it. You get reading, get to educating yourself about whatever it is that you like. Style, affluence. Use whatever method, movies, YouTube, the videos on YouTube about everything. There are magazines, there are books. I was using Any Apps books, like I said, Any Books app, like I said before, but it's no longer free. The books on whatever it is, even if you're going through a heartbreak. The book, Matthew Hussey. I think that a lot of girls would like following Matthew Hussey. He's on YouTube. He has a lot of websites. He generally is a relationship coach. There's a lot of information, girls, ladies. Like, there's no excuse anymore. Thank you so much for watching. Send this to whoever needs to see it. Sister, friend, cousin, elder, junior. Send it to whoever it is that needs to see it. Like I said, we can't keep being foolish for free. I mean, this is public service announcement. Class adjourned. Let's meet next week right here. For those that have subscribed. Please remember to subscribe. Bye.